Team Hippopotamus, Southern Evangelical Seminary and Bible College. L'chaim.
Collecting with Derrz here, representing Philly Nation. It's a Philly thing, baby.
The Comic Viking.
NickTheComicNerd, Long Island, New York. Go Blue.
It's your boy Rosko here from Geek Out with Rosko. Let's go threat level midnight fantasy football, baby.
Brian LCS, the fantasy owner your mama warned you about.
22, the Iron Man of Steel City, Birmingham, Alabama.
Southpaw Brad, defensive end, University of South Carolina.
Couple comics, numero uno, balling out big blue U. Let's go, Super Pro, special edition.
Chicago Schultzy, University of Illinois, deep dish pizza and Italian beef vendor.
The Comic Vet, Army, Toronto, Canada.
Trev the Shipping Guru, TK all day, defending champion. Chiefs Kingdom. Let's play some football!
Bro, I don't know who I like better. Chicago Schultzy with the deep dish pizza intro or zombified Chris the comic vet?
No, 100% Schultzy. Deep dish pizza and Italian beef vendor?
Yeah, dude.
That's two of the four food groups.
Yeah.
It's like, perfect. I thought, George Wentz was going to make an appearance in his video,
Oh, God.
The Bears.
Amazing.
So
and, I'm happy. The Eagles don't play till 8:15. So
yes, you've got some time. That's why
I was excited because I do 8:15 games. I'm gonna be up till like 11 o'clock.
Yeah. But
it is
the week one hype is over. So you don't have all the pregame stuff. They kind of just get into football now. So
yes, sir.
So I think we've got a few things to talk about from week one, don't we?
Oh, there's a couple.
Yeah. Yeah.
Checking with the chat. We got a couple people joining us. King Maine,
my man.
Steelers fan too.
Nice.
Oh. And let's see, which fan base do we want to anger first?
What's up, Seth, my dude.
Seth, what is up? So yeah, before we get into the fantasy football league, right, there were some big storylines, couple season-ending injuries, couple teams that did not play very well, right? So Aaron Rodgers went down, season over.
4 plays.
Yeah, 4 plays. That was
his New York Jets statistics will read 0 for 1. That is it. In one game started. Yeah.
I've been seeing plenty of memes. Like it was like Aaron Rodgers, New York Jets highlight reel, and it was just him running out of the tunnel carrying the flag, and then that's it. It's all it was.
It's like, and the strange thing about it was it wasn't like a bone crushing hit.
You could see it though. Those are the ones as football fans and analysis. Those are always the one that you see it, and it's like, oh, please don't let it be his Achilles.
It's that turf.
Yeah,
it's that loop turf garbage.
Bro, somebody, I forget which analysis tweeted it, but it was like 2 or 3 hours before the game. It said Aaron Rodgers is going to tear his Achilles in 2.5 hours.
And the worst part is, one of the pregame captains was Vinny Testaverde, who, 24 years to the day prior, had the exact same injury in that exact same stadium playing for the exact same team. Torn Achilles.
And in the offseason, they replaced the turf, right? So they put down a different type of turf. And we saw
it's that loop stuff. It's like slit.
You see all the BBs in the Giant game Sunday night. You saw, because it was raining, you had a lot of the little granulated rubber that they use underneath the field all over the players, the helmets. Daniel Jones, when he was getting sacked 7 times, was
NFL. I wanted to mention this. NFLPA calls for all grass fields and stadiums after his injury, so they want to change everything.
You have to.
Mm-hmm.
Giant Stadium too is MetLife. It's an outdoor stadium, so I understand the weather gets, the weather in December, January, but they should be able to, and that's a franchise who can spend the money if they have to on on grass. And
At
you
the
have
end-
two
go ahead.
teams, two teams in the same stadium, so there's plenty of revenue in that stadium.
It's all about the Super Bowl now, because at the end of the day, even if a city doesn't have the money for a stadium, if they're, down the line potentially could have a Super Bowl at the stadium, they're going to quadruple all their investments just doing that.
Oh yeah.
I see
long as
Tennessee's
they
about
keep
to
it
have
up.
Tennessee's about to have an insane stadium too.
I remember some of those LA fields back in the day just being muddy as hell.
Yeah, dude.
So as long as they keep them up.
Yeah,
Well,
just
that's
that
the thing. Like
upbeat.
they managed to keep Green Bay's field up all those years, and they're outdoors.
Yeah, they get much colder weather than New York does, or New Jersey,
Buffalo, New England, Pittsburgh,
and the ice and the snow and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Arrowhead
They
too,
were
right?
all-
Arrowhead's grass, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chicago. There's a lot of them that were able to do it just fine.
It's just nicotine king Maine.
All right, so we had Rodgers, we had Dobbins on the
So
Ravens
sorry
go
for
down,
him, dude.
season ending.
Ohio State boy, I feel he got hurt last season. He's hurt again. Like, my heart goes out to him because, again, Ohio State diehard fanboy. He was my favorite Ohio State running back since Ezekiel Elliott, dude. And I was going to draft him. I was literally 2 or 3 picks away from Poland Dobbins. Like, man, it sucks to see him go down like that again.
And well, with the 4 of us on the panel, we only had one of our teams win this week. All the others are losers. So
Hashtag what's a running back, baby?
No, we got two.
Yeah,
wins.
I won too.
Well, no,
Trev
I mean,
won
I'm talking
too.
about our NFL team.
Yeah.
I was going to say, no. NFL teams, we all.
Barely, dude. We played terrible. We went up.
That's what I mean.
We went up 16-0 and about blew it.
Yeah, Philly was the only one that survived barely.
Barely.
Yes.
It's because the Patriots played they totally switched up their defense before coming in. They played a 3 deep zone and blitzed 5 guys every play. That's why our tight end, he got 1 pass thrown to him all game. So my tight end got a big goose egg in fantasy.
And did you notice all of a sudden when a proper offensive coordinator is installed in a team,
we get
the offense plays well.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, New England has a proper offensive coordinator, and Mac Jones is looking like, hey, he's actually a quarterback.
Yeah, they definitely they were tough. But it was really the rain. It was a sloppy game, muddy game.
It was gross.
That halftime adjustment.
Yeah, it really was.
Bill Belichick's the greatest one at that.
Yeah, Bill.
As long as that man is
give it to
breathing
him,
and on the
that's the way,
sidelines, the New England Patriots are within a shot to win the game.
Same thing with
Did you hear the story about him? So he's not married. He's got a longtime girlfriend, and they've broken up. But she won't leave the house.
Really? I wouldn't
Lock
either.
herself in the house and refuses to leave.
He probably doesn't care.
Belichick.
Yeah, he probably doesn't care. I've seen
Just
that
leave
man.
my tiny dog alone. And
I've
we're
been
fine.
watching him be the coach for the Patriots my whole life since I was a child, seeing him win Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl, and I think I've seen him smile once or twice ever.
Look, I remember him coaching the Cleveland Browns.
Yep.
He was the
I'm not
last
that
coach
old.
of the. I think he was the last coach of the old Cleveland Browns.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean,
how much time does he spend at home anyway? He's always up there at the.
Oh yeah, he do.
Yeah, it's not like he's home. Yeah. So Trev, why don't we start with you? Tell us. I mean, I know you kicked my butt pretty good in fantasy, but what went down with the Chiefs?
No Travis Kelce, and way too many drops. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Kadarius Toney stayed like an hour after practice today just catching balls. Everybody was asking, well, how many does he actually catch though?
Right.
So we'll see. He's got a lot of talent, but man, that was gut wrenching. I went all the way. I was like, I'm gonna gamble this week. I'm gonna start him, and that was not good.
Yeah, I mean there were a number of offenses. Cincinnati Bengals did nothing. So I have Higgins on. I drafted Higgins, and he didn't score a point. I don't think
Jamar Chase did nothing.
Yeah, that was a surprise. Bengals were a surprise. The way the Rams played was a surprise. I didn't think the Rams would beat Seattle.
No.
That Miami game, though.
I did not.
I'm the biggest, like, I'm not a Miami fan, or I hate, like, Tyreek Hill's a monster, but I can't stand him. I am the biggest supporter of, like, I want to see Tua have the biggest year and the biggest career after the injuries he's had and stuff like that. I always enjoy a comeback. I love seeing that.
Well, I even remarked because before the game they had put Teron Armstead on the injury report. It's like, that's his blindside tackle. He's going to get killed. Nope,
Scary.
did not see that coming. Not at all.
I think he had like 417 yards or something.
Oh my, yeah, and like 220 of it went to Hill.
Yeah.
But regardless of who it went to,
right?
They did not see that coming.
Who did they play in the Rams? Right?
The Chargers.
The Chargers. Yeah, they both lit it up. What was it, like 41-43 or something?
It was high score. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely. I forget what the. Let me take a look.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, it was definitely high scoring that game.
Right. Yeah.
I kind of figured it would be. It was 36-34 was the final.
Yeah, like. Ooh.
But still, that might have been, so the Packers won 38-20, but that might have been the overall.
Jordan Love may be for real.
Who they throwing to? They got who's the receiver? I forget.
Christian Watson.
Yeah,
he's had enough time to prepare for it.
Yeah, right. Again, I'm always 100% down in the NFL for somebody like that, just shredding, tearing it up, having the spotlight. I'm always down for it.
I love
it. It makes me root for, like, not really root for other teams, but more so follow other teams and follow that story when it's like this no name is just absolutely lighting it up. You never expected it, stuff like that. Like, I really want to see CJ Stroud have a good year. He might not. I'm a big fan of Anthony Richardson because we've never seen what he's done ever. So we'll see.
Right.
He looked pretty good.
He did. He put up 20 points, put up more than Jalen Hurts for me.
And then, we had the disaster of a Sunday night game for the Giants. They got embarrassed.
Man, and that scared me, dude. It's either, for me, like being a diehard Philly fan, it's like, is the Cowboys for real? I can never believe that ever in my life.
No.
And playing you guys in the playoffs, like, you guys didn't lose anybody. Your defense was still good. I feel like that was just a fluke of a game.
Yeah, it's tough to say because it was such a bad performance by the Giants. You don't know if it was just comedy of errors and momentum, and then it just went downhill, or is Dallas really? We'll know this week because Dallas is going up against the Jets D, so we'll see. They're playing a top line D, so we'll see. Dak took the field when he was already up 13-0 basically at that point.
Yeah, you're right. And he didn't have to do much, and that's great for Dak.
So
people make fun of me. I went all in on Dallas D this year. I picked them. That was the first D off the board in every league that I was in.
Really,
I grabbed him early.
They scored a ton of points. Shutout. 2 returns. They scored.
I was up 30 points for the Phillies D until the Patriots decided to show up. The Philly had a fumble, a couple of sacks, and a 70-yard pick six touchdown.
That was
that, and I think Dallas was hampered by having Zeke Elliott. Now that they have Tony Pollard and he's like the main back
for years, bro.
I'm not
even a Cowboys fan, and I'm like, why don't just playing them every time Zeke would come in the game? I'd be like, cool, he's not going to do much. And every time Tony Pollard's in the game, especially in the red zone, I'm like, they might score on us,
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, no, I think that was definitely a good move for Dallas. And what did Elliott do in the New England? He didn't. I don't think he did much, right?
He fumbled.
You say, didn't he have like 20-some yards in a fumble?
Yeah. Dude, like I said, Ezekiel is one of my top favorite running backs of all time. Only at Ohio State because he got us the first ever playoff championship when he put up 300-some yards in Alabama, unforgettable. But anything in the NFL Zeke has done, I've never cared about.
What about Texas beating Alabama?
Yeah, that was nuts.
That's kind of crazy.
They were leaving the stadium.
That was
And that's great for me because I think Ohio State's going to have at least 1 or 2 losses. So we'll see.
So what? Any other surprises from week 1 that you guys? I was surprised at the Steelers. So Zach, your Steelers,
I was surprised.
I wasn't sold on Purdy yet. So, and the fact that they were traveling to Pittsburgh, I thought that would have been a closer game.
I did as well, especially considering how all the analysts all said, look at how much the Steelers improved their team this draft and offseason. So now this just proves with an improved team, there's a coaching problem. Mike Tomlin is not a good head coach. I don't care what the world says. I've said he's been a bad coach since he hasn't taken us to the playoffs in almost 7 years. And Matt Canada is terrible. Only reason Mike Tomlin keeps Matt Canada around is so his job is safe.
I think Purdy could go undefeated this season, and I
think honestly, Brock Purdy definitely stepped up and showed, hey, I can play football. The defense fell asleep. Cam Hayward tore everything he had, apparently.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did get hurt.
And my mom was at the game, and I was talking to her about it, and she's like, "Oh, Cam Hayward." And I was like, "Mom, I think you may have been sitting there for Cam Hayward's last game."
He was another great Ohio State boy.
Oh, that'd be such a sad way for his career to end.
And Tomlin the most tenured coach in the NFL, or Belichick's guy's got to be close, I would think, right?
Belichick is the tops. I think Tomlin is probably top 5. I would say.
Okay, yeah,
he's probably number 2. He's probably number 2.
07, I think he took over from Cowher. Yeah, 07.
Okay.
Never had a losing season. Pretty impressive.
Ugh. That is that is such okay. So on that, Vince Lombardi had losing seasons. Bill Belichick has had losing seasons. Is Mike Tomlin a superior coach to either of those two?
Negative.
Thank you.
Negative.
Losing season, and it doesn't. And I'm sorry. Okay, yeah.
Well, it doesn't make it less impressive.
9-8 isn't something to write home about.
Yeah, but there's something to say about that. He's got
but that's all they.
He's a damn good coach. He's a damn good coach. He's probably the third best coach in the NFL right now.
13 years since they've been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so Belichick has been with the Patriots since 2000.
Yeah,
Tomlin is second. He's been with the Steelers since 2007. And John Harbaugh with the Ravens since 2008.
And I think probably Pete Carroll would be up there too. He's been around.
Yeah, Pete Carroll's fourth. He's been 2010, and then Andy Reid with the Chiefs.
13.
I can't hate Andy Reid. Even as the Chiefs head coach, I can never hate Andy Reid because
greatest coach of all time.
Because I loved him and worshipped him for so long.
What, the legacy of mediocrity coasting on the 1974 draft? I agree.
God damn, Zach.
Hey, I grew up watching them in the 80s with Bubby Brister as the quarterback.
He was my childhood with McNabb and T.O. and Dawkins and all that, and just always. That's
where I started, and I saw the build-up, and I saw them start to improve, and then I saw the utter collapse in 1995 when Neil O'Donnell decided that he played for the Dallas Cowboys for a game. And then the rest of it, and then the build-up, the really good couple of years they had, and then continued mediocrity.
But Cowher was smart. He left coaching and just went right into broadcasting and
right there.
Just collecting a nice couple cool $1 million and
it's the best way to
get his coffee and his lunch while he watches football on Sunday.
I would do that if I had the ability. I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, my team didn't win a Super Bowl for 50 years, and one of my best friends, I got to watch him, and the Pittsburgh Steelers won multiple Super Bowls, and finally I got to feel that.
It's okay. He wasn't good enough to do it in the Eagles. We got him all warmed up good enough for you till big old Doug Peterson took over and got us that ring.
I love Doug.
Yeah.
You just needed Patrick Mahomes. Anybody can win with him.
Dude, we had Big Dick Nick. We were fine in the Super Bowl.
What? Oh
We were
Someone
fine.
conniving
He's
being
literally
one
got a
quarterback.
statue in front
Oh
of
my God.
our stadium with one of the greatest plays in Super Bowl history, the Philly special.
How did the Eagles convince anybody that man is a good quarterback?
Yeah.
Dude, I will still say it that Nick Foles is a superb backup quarterback.
Backup, 100%.
Very safe
Right,
backup
yeah.
quarterback. I would never want him starting. But
No.
I was a huge Carson Wentz fanboy until he started getting hurt, and I was like, maybe he's not it. And then Nick Foles took over, and I was like, oh, this is it. This is the magic.
Well, that's been the talk here in New York this week. Of, should the Jets bring in a veteran quarterback, and who would they bring in? And they've talked about Foles. They've talked about maybe Matt Ryan.
Flacco.
Not Ryan.
Chad Henne.
Not Chad Henne.
Chad Henne, they called him up today.
Yeah,
I've been hearing rumors, even going so far as to say Phillip
Bobby?
Rivers.
What's up, Bobby?
At that point, we might as well call Tom Brady back. At that point,
No, I honestly think if they were smart, which I'm questioning, they would reach out to Joe Flacco. The man knows their system. They don't have to really train him much. He's been there.
Now you're reaching.
Yeah, Flacco was there, right? Just like 2 seasons
he was there
ago.
for 3 or 4
Carson
years. I think
Palmer
he put
now.
it in New York.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing that I heard a little bit talked about was, people kind of speculating what the Jets are going to do. Do they go and pick up a veteran to just back up, an experienced veteran to back up Zach Wilson, or
who's available?
Well, that's what they're saying. Maybe Stafford would be available, right? If they threw enough picks at the Rams. But Stafford played well this past week. The Rams.
Who else does the Rams have? Who would their quarterback then be?
Well, and they just put this backup Stetson Bennett on the non-football thing with some sort of issue that they're being real hush.
Oh, did they? Okay. Yeah, I didn't know what their backup
And,
situation was.
That's where Stetson Bennett went. That 27-year-old
picked him up, I
bum,
think, in
bro.
fifth round,
Loved seeing him sitting with his girlfriend stewing while he never got picked during the draft.
Bobby's here.
What up, Bobby?
Appreciate Bobby hanging out.
Bobby,
with us.
my girl.
So let's take a look at the league, right? I guess we'll start with the defending champ who kicked my ass, 159-77.
Yeah, I'm cool at Trev.
Thank you for that.
In the other division than me, I'm chilling.
We had Schultzy beat Chicago Blitz, beat Chris the Comic Vet, and surprisingly, Chris is MIA tonight. His Bills lose, and he doesn't show up.
Show face, typical Bills.
Because he didn't want to face the reality that I was going to drop on him.
While we're talking about the wins,
Of any quarterback,
go ahead.
Josh Allen had the ultimate meltdown.
Oh, facts. Did you guys notice that they send you like a newspaper article of like recapping your victory, and it's like a whole spiel? It's awesome.
It's awesome. I was sitting there in the library earlier reading it. Like,
yeah, that was dope. Yeah, those things. Those are
so
cool.
we can just skip over Trev's beat down of me.
Oh, before we go, Trev, Rashee Rice was on my bench last week.
Yeah.
Reason for that was I figured without Kelsey, they don't have to waste 2, possibly 3 guys constantly doubling him, so everybody else is going to get manned up.
Yeah.
They used everybody. That was Andy Reid's never done that before. That was basically a preseason game.
I'm triple knocking on wood.
I think everybody in the entire roster got a catch.
I'm actually double knocking on wood, but Justin Jefferson literally has never been over 100 receiving yards against the Eagles. So
you don't bench him though. You never.
You don't.
Bench
You
him.
don't.
You know what you have just unwoken.
Yeah.
Right. But
Kirk
Cousins is my favorite quarterback to play against in the NFL. I love playing against Kirk Cousins because he always throws 3 or 4 picks.
But it's like that announcer. This kicker has never in his 18-year career missed a field goal from this distance.
Knocking on wood, bro. I'm very
and it ends up
superstitious.
19 yards deep in the stands.
He ain't knocking on wood, bro. There's a difference.
But it's like you think it really loudly, but you're always hesitant to say it because even with knocking on wood, you don't want to tempt the fates.
No, it's all right. We'll be all right.
All right, so Derrz squeaks out the win.
No running back life, baby. Hashtag justice for justice, baby.
What do you think you are, an actual NFL franchise with this no running back nonsense?
Justice for justice got
You
kind
should-
of
you should have
rigged
brought
on
up
the
that
waiver
meme.
wire.
Should have brought up that meme that somebody made of Derrz. Who was that? Comic
So
Break?
your running back scored a total of 5.6 points.
I said I don't need the running backs, bro, and week 1 spoke for itself. And my tight end had a goose egg, bro.
72-point win. Wow.
Doesn't matter, bro. That's what my thing was talking about. And then nail biting win. All Tylox had to do was get like 6 points Monday, I'm pretty sure, to beat me, and he couldn't achieve it.
Yeah,
He had 2 players too.
Yeah,
he had some points on his bench too.
Yeah, his Kelsey was out, so that helped. But I am sad about the waiver wire because I was hyped to get Dobbins running back replacement, but I did just pick up the Colts running back who put up like 12 points last week. So like I said, bro, I'm living that waiver wire with my running backs, and we're gonna see how it goes.
Hey man, I've known a lot of people that have won fantasy leagues doing that.
Oh yeah. Sometimes you pick up a guy who gets hot. Yeah.
I saw them do it against me week in and week out.
I'm not so
up,
versed on drop. I don't really want to drop. I have the Eagles defense. I don't really want to drop them, but I do like to drop defenses week in and week out. Yeah. I saw Southpaw Brad doing that with his defense. But I mean, I don't want to drop the Eagles defense because, like, you know me. We're playing Kirk Cousins, and Justin Jefferson. I'm still starting them.
Let's see.
Well, you got to imagine you want it to be a shootout. So
I at the end of the day, I really do. I'm all for real football, of course, fantasy as well. But I do want to see a nice high scoring game tonight. We're Eagles at home. Jalen Hurts had kind of a weak performance, so I want to see him light it up tonight.
And it's nice weather, so you got good conditions.
Baby, I'm so excited.
Yeah, should be. So let's say Zach got the W over Rosko this week.
Nice. Hey, if Rosko's lurking anywhere, maybe you should have traded me AJ Brown and would have helped you.
But if you'll notice, my kicker was my leading scorer.
Who was your kicker for the Eagles?
The Eagles.
Yeah, dude, I'm
With
mad.
18 points.
Dude,
my kicker
took him
got.
like 2 picks before me. Jake Elliott is a stud.
Yeah,
with the
and I was
ball,
like,
bro.
my thought was he's going to be kicking a lot of extra points, so I'm going to at least get five a week out of him. And then he kicks 18.
He's a monster, man.
With
I vouch by him.
250+ yarders.
Yes, sir. In the rain.
Yo.
Hey, there he is. What's up?
What up, Alan?
So Derrz says he doesn't need a running back.
Here we go.
Alan's ears were ringing. He came running.
He's constantly trying to get on the waiver wire and get that. And
that's what my strategy. That's my whole strategy.
A garbage trade.
It had Anthony Richardson, and on the trade calculator, you were plus 27 points. You need to put those deals in trade calculators so you can see that you're gaining points from it. You can put those trades in trade calculators, and it breaks down all the logistics.
You tried to trade me a rookie quarterback who has started
for a high. I know it was
less games. He started less games than Christian than any. Oh man, I don't know.
Like I said, I even put it in the chat message. I was like, on the upside, I know it's a stretch trade, but on the upside, that who knows, Anthony Richardson could be a monster. But again, you don't know. That's why I took him, and he's on my bench. So at least he'll start for me 1 week.
So Neil, yes, Neil is not an American football fan. He's more of a soccer fan, as we like to call it here. But yes, Neil, last week was week 1, and now we're going. Tonight is the kickoff for week 2. So
who'd you end up getting as your quarterback, Alan? I'm just curious.
I started Jimmy G, and I picked up Russell Wilson.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Yeah, so Wilson didn't have a bad game. Yeah, he played pretty well.
I'm good. It'll get it better. And but Derrz, you're gonna need to trade for a running back.
We'll see, man. We'll see how this week goes, and then I'll let you know.
So what's up with this wager? You want to do it?
I already said no because the waiver wire thing kicked me in the nuts. I really wanted that Ravens running back. Sorry, Alan.
It's a 14. Okay, the Ravens running Justice Hill is not the number 2. It's Gus Edwards.
They're both listed as like 2 and 2. Basically, they're
Gus
both going to get. I know, but they're still both going to get.
Ravens fan. It's Gus Edwards.
It doesn't matter. They're still going to get more. Both of them combined with their split carries are still going to get more than who's my dude?
No,
the backup on the Bears.
Gus Edwards is like Marshawn Lynch. You keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah,
the more he runs, the better he runs.
Red zone touches, for sure.
So that's Justice Hill is going to be in maybe on passing downs, but I kind of doubt it because
it was just an upgrade over Zach Charbonnet, the Seahawks third string running back. But like I said, man, I'll be all right. I'm 1-0, so it speaks for itself.
You are, and so if you're 1-0, that means there's 7 guys ahead of you at the waiver wire, 7, because they were all 0-1.
But at the end of the day, that's not who got the person, so it's totally out of the argument.
Who picked up Justice Hill?
Bearded Comic Bro, and he won and finished with 121 points. So he's ahead of me in the standings. I just now understand how that works. You know,
because you made some you made moves.
I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was a thing because, like, for me, logically, if like Brian's 0-3, he should have. If he makes 5 things on the waiver wire, he should have first dibs on all those because he's at the bottom. You should give.
Once the waiver period is over, that's the way it works, right? I can claim anybody I want,
right? But it should go to you because you're the worst team. So you should have the best chance of getting
the waiver wire works the exact same way it does in the NFL. Okay. Every fantasy league is like that.
There you go. I haven't played fantasy league in 20 years, so
right. Because if I'm 0-3, I shouldn't have unlimited waiver wire.
That's all I needed to know. If somebody would have said, but like at the end of the day, I'm not salty about it. It was just
we just didn't know about that before pre-draft.
It was just it was somebody I would have liked to have over my current running back situation, but it's not somebody I'm really going out of my way to get. I picked up the Colts. He had 12 points last week. That's plenty. As long as I can have a running back get like 10-ish points, works for me.
10-ish points?
Yeah. My other dudes will do the same.
Fucking Alan.
So let's take a look at
then he fades into the darkness.
The Comic Viking matchup.
You guys want me to fail so bad.
Well, yeah, my quarterback went out in the 4th play.
I'm glad you're here because, like I said earlier, I'm an Ohio State boy, and J.K. Dobbins is like one of my top favorite running backs from Ohio State of all time, and it broke my fucking heart to see him get hurt again. So
you did leave the draft saying, "I don't need running backs. You're going to be here all year."
I said it going in. Well, and I also said I was drafting for like 2 or 3 years out as well. So like if I don't care if I don't win a single game this season. It doesn't matter to me. It just means I won't draft another running back next year.
But Drake London also put up a goose egg, which I was like, 2
that
targets.
Surprising.
Your number one wideout, and you got him 2 targets. Yeah, that guy's got to ride the pine. So
the Patriots
that's tough to win when you got 2 players that put up 0 points.
My tight end put up 0 points because the Patriots defense switched their defense up right before the game and went 5-man blitzes. So our tight end had to just block the whole game so Jalen Hurts didn't die. He went out for 1 passing play the whole game.
Let's see. I wanted to take a look at. So let's take a look at running backs.
Aaron Jones exploded.
Aaron Jones. Wow, that's a surprise.
Yeah.
So Eckler, right? Eckler, McCaffrey.
Damn.
That's why I drafted him in the first round.
Al-Jair. That's a surprise.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
What'd your dude do, Brian? I'm curious. Since that was like the official number 1 pick, because
he scored 20. He's right here.
Oh, there he is. Okay,
yep.
Cool.
Yep.
He's going to.
They did have the number
one
running team last year. It looks like they're going to be starting off with the number one this year too.
That and the rookie for Atlanta is going to get all the targets out of the backfield.
Yeah, they got a nice.
So that's points. That's just points racking up.
I was surprised at Breece Hall's performance. I didn't, all the rumors were that he wasn't 100% yet. That's why they signed Cook. But he had he broke off some great runs.
Well, that 83-yarder would have been a touchdown if he was fully healthy.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at, let's see. No, we can do all. Let's see who was the.
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
oh God, yeah.
When you have 200 and some odd yards
and 2 TDs,
Ayuk.
That Jacoby Myers, I think that's a fluke.
I think so, but Tua, that surprised me.
Myers played. He was on the Pats for a while, and he's pretty consistent. He gets his catches. I don't know if he's going to put up 30 every week, but.
Devontae, he's on my bench.
He's a little bang up right now.
Yeah, it doesn't have the defenses on there because the Cowboys' defense is number 2.
Oh yeah, this is all offense.
How many points did they get, Trev?
39.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like I said, my defense had 33 going into halftime, and then
I think it was the third highest scoring fantasy performance by a defense ever.
Yeah, so
nice.
7 sacks, 2 interceptions.
League, they got 60.
37.
Damn, bro. That's nice.
You get 20 points for a shutout.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they had 7 sacks, 2 interceptions, a fumble recovery, 2 touchdowns, and a block kick.
Ooh, what's that block kick go for? How many points does that block kick get you?
2, I think.
I think it just gets 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just 2.
In mine, it's 5 because that's hard to do.
Yeah. I was going to say it should be more than 2 because
that's why I figured a tough thing to do. Yeah.
What's up, David?
The Arizona D's out there.
Comic Vet. What's up, Chris?
They can stay out there.
Where you at?
Yeah, he's on his way.
Philly gang.
He's late, just like Josh Allen's passes.
Oh, that's mean, but funny.
They were on time with the Jets, bro.
Damn it, Bobby, you'll like it. I'll tell you'll like it.
All right, maybe we need to get Bobby and Neil to watch a game and get them to become football fans.
I'm liking my backup defense, Green Bay. I like that.
Yeah,
Green Bay always has solid defense.
I'm just riding Philly's D all the way.
That's a bad idea tonight.
If it was okay, if you know anything about Philly, I'm going to do it again. Justin Jefferson has never broke 100 receiving yards, and Kirk Cousins is my favorite quarterback to play against because he throws 3 or 4 interceptions.
What's the max I can wager on Justin Jefferson tonight? Let me see.
You are correct. You are correct. You are correct in all of that.
I think the Vikings are a monster team, but they're one of my favorite teams to play against. I love watching.
Has Philly ever had their top 2 corners out for the game and going against Justin Jefferson?
Our top 2 corners aren't out.
Yes, they are.
Not from my knowledge.
Well, your knowledge is lacking.
Kenneth Gainwell's the only one who's out.
What's up, Chop?
Chop is here, Cowboys fan.
I'm a cowboy.
Well, that sums up every Dallas fan I've ever met. And I've met a few of them.
So Reed Blankenship's our third string.
I live in Dallas country.
He's out. But he's a monster stud, dude. He lays some wood. Yeah, he broke his own ribs last week. Or bruised his own ribs hitting somebody so hard.
Well, that's just stupid. That's just silly.
Dude,
why would you do that?
He plays like I don't know. He plays like Earl Thomas back in the day. He's good on coverage, but man, does he fly to that ball on running plays. And he's I think it's like his 2nd or 3rd year. We'll see. I just love playing against Kirk Cousins, man. He turns that ball over like it's his job.
All right.
You leave Kirky Dimes alone.
What's up, Rich?
And they're fun to watch. Like I said, I get to watch Justin Jefferson and the Eagles play. Even when Justin Jefferson scores on us, he's still fun to watch.
So did you like Kirk Cousins playing against Kirk Cousins when he beat you guys to get in the playoffs and guarantee him a $75 million contract?
It doesn't matter. We've stomped him so many times in the playoff. Yeah, we don't care.
I couldn't sit on the sidelines any longer. I had to jump. I had to pour it on. I had to jump in.
Hey, friend.
What's up? Like it that my team.
We don't need
the
somebody
two teams I'm
here
rooting
talking
for
about their track and field team that's just running over everybody.
The two teams I'm rooting for besides the Chiefs is the Lions and the Jags, and that's who the Chiefs play the first two games this year.
Yeah, it's the big cat year.
I'm rooting for.
I'm
Trevor
telling
Lawrence.
you.
I'm rooting for the. I'm hoping
Trevor Lawrence is
for the
badass.
Lions.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to run that division. Jordan Love had a good game against Chicago, but they're going to run that.
Look at the testicular fortitude on Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Hey, it's only the first series. We're in our own zone, our own half. Screw it, fake punt.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. From their own, exactly. From their own 20.
It doesn't make us. It makes us a scary.
I was yelling at the screen. It's a fake. It's a fake.
Everybody saw it except the 11 guys playing for Kansas City.
Well, they stopped him from getting more than the first down yardage.
Hi, Chris.
What's up, boys? Can you guys start over? I missed it all.
Yeah, I didn't draft a running back. Is what I did.
All right, go back to Chris's game. Let's go. Let's review it again.
No.
We'll start on.
No.
Well, I think we want to talk about your NFL team. How did the Bills do this week?
Well, the Bills successfully ended another Packers legend career. We're 2 for 2 on legendary quarterbacks going out at the hands of the Bills. Hello, Arthur Moats, ending Brett Favre's career with the Minnesota Vikings. And last Monday, ending whatever his name's career.
That's not the end of his career, man.
King
Ayahuasca.
He's just going to be sipping ayahuasca and living life.
That was a freak injury, and
it was.
Yeah.
Said it. The Bills defense is for real. All last year, they're playing with second stringers.
I'm sorry to break it to you. Josh Allen is terrible.
It's because he was on the cover of Madden.
84 turnovers.
No Steeler
since
right now
he
should
entered
be
the
saying
league in
anything about
2018.
Josh Allen.
That is the most.
Kenny Pickett was terrible.
Yes, he was. Kenny Pickett absolutely.
Everybody dog everybody's team. Go.
I will admit
my
that
team doesn't
Kenny
really have a
Pickett is
running
not
back.
the guy.
In real life and in
it's
fantasy.
like Alan said last week. Like, there's only one defense that makes him nervous. It was the Jets. The Jets defense. Jets defense just showed the Buffalo offense, like, hey, you got to be a little bit more creative and don't be afraid to play short yards the entire game. And Josh Allen's hero ball mentality, every so often, he would break out of the pocket, look downfield, and that 14-year-old that's still alive and well in his head's like, oh, I can make that throw. Well, he can't make that throw. You just gotta be a little bit more accurate, or don't overthrow the receiver like he did a couple times.
He made 2 bad decisions in that game, and those were the 2 long bombs that got intercepted. And it's other than that, I mean, you're playing a championship.
The fumble, the one is that killed him in the end.
We can play rugby, Neil, and meet in the middle.
I mean,
I'm not in shape to play soccer.
Yeah, you can play rugby, bro. That's not bad.
Freaking. There's the Cowboys defense was made to look better by the Giants' inept offense.
Oh yeah.
All right. But the Jets have the best defense in football.
I don't think you're wrong, honestly.
So,
I really don't.
So him turning the ball over 4 times against the best defense in football, nah, I ain't even worried about him.
The big problem.
All I know is this weekend with the Raiders, they're going to light them up.
I think so.
I think
payback,
so.
Man. It's like Kansas City. It's going to be this weekend's payback for a lot of teams.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm saying that too. I'm so hyped because we had a poor showing in our opener. It was rainy. It was muddy. Now it's beautiful weather. We're at home, so we're about to have fun tonight. I feel like.
I'm sorry, Brad. You were saying. Yeah.
That's so messed up.
I mean, the memes came hot and heavy, didn't
they?
They
did. Really.
As they always do.
My favorite. Did you guys watch the segment? Because like Peyton and Eli have their segments over, and like their faces, they were like
their faces said everything. Like,
that's crazy.
Kelly George, when it counts Allen as garbage. Oh my goodness.
I mean,
like
is he
Josh
wrong?
Allen sitting in the pot, like the thing I noticed with him sitting in the pocket, he telegraphs every throw. Like
he'll lock
he does
in.
not check off. He locks in
Mhm.
on guys and he throws it, and that seems to be a bad habit with him. I kind of watched it after the first turnover in that game, and he doesn't look. I mean, he looks where he's going and he stays with it. And they jumped a couple of those passes. I mean, it was pretty poorly telegraphed. But there again, it's one game. I mean,
the Bills about as many as Cleveland has.
They have 2 championships.
Hey man, Cleveland got the Cavs win and they flooded the streets.
How many
That
AFC
was
championships
awesome.
have they won? 4 in a row.
And they also gave free
and
beer.
and that's the
Oh,
that's the one thing I
sorry.
always say to people that kind of get on them. It's like, oh, they lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. Yeah, but
got
they
there.
went to 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah, that's not easy
That's
to do.
not easy,
That will
especially in
never
that
happen
era.
again.
I'm a
Ever.
big supporter of that because my whole childhood, all the Eagles could do was win all year, get to the NFC Championship, and lose year after year after year. But guess what? That made me love my team so much because we weren't going. I didn't grow up. No offense to Cleveland fans, I didn't grow up like watching my team just lose out year after year after year. There was hope every single year. We were pushing, so every single year was a big disappointment because we couldn't win big games. But at least I always got to see my team make those deep playoff runs and stuff like that. So I'm a big supporter of if you make the playoffs, man, for sure you're getting those extra games.
Just to squash what Kelly and Jordan's squad's saying, with Josh Allen as the starter going out of training camp, the Bills have made the playoffs every single year.
Hey, the Bills back in the day beat my Chiefs with Joe Montana. So
Yeah, that is facts.
Yep. And nobody will ever forget the Frank Reich comeback, which I don't think
largest
gets as
comeback
much
in playoff
love
history.
and appreciation as it
That was
should
playoff
for
history.
what that man did.
It's an exciting game to watch. I will say
I have
that.
the utmost
That was a
respect
very
for Frank
exciting game
Reich
to
in pretty
watch.
much all aspects of his life. Big fan.
But Derrz, your team's going to take an L tonight.
Oh damn!
I mean,
Vikings.
I mean, you just keep drinking that Haterade as long as it helps you.
Not
sleep
Haterade.
tonight.
Alan,
31-29.
how many yards do you think Justin Jefferson has tonight?
At least $125.
I was going to say 120. I was going to say 120. 120, 0 touchdowns.
Get out. Go. Go away.
I'm saying, man, Kirk Cousins, like I love playing against him. I
He's
always have.
Thanos, dude. Be careful of him. You never know.
Whatever,
But,
dude.
you know,
We're all
you
the
kinda-
change.
you
We're
kinda
all the
jinx
change you
yourself when
want.
you say Jefferson
Ultimately, Kirk Cousins
hasn't
isn't
broken
that good.
100 yards. You know, he's at some
So
point,
I'm very, very superstitious, and as long as the game's
way.
on, as long as the game's not on, I can talk whatever I want. That's how my
Alan doesn't
superstition
like
is.
to share the spotlight.
And you know what? It's only crazy if it doesn't work.
Correct.
Other than that, it's just superstitious.
That's why you got to blow at the screen during those kicks to help.
Oh, I mean, everybody I know has the routine.
I don't do that.
We're all
We
laughing
all
because
know.
we've all done it.
Yes.
Yep, and still do it for a lot of
All
things.
those big moments, you pull out every superstition you have in the book, man.
Emotional damage.
Purple colored Kool-Aid. Yes. No, I'm not drinking it. I'm just I got a feeling.
I agree. It's going to go either way, but again, I think we're Philly. We like to have a lot of fun, especially at home, and it's going to be a high-scoring game. I feel like.
I think regardless of the outcome, you hit it right. It's going to be entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad that the Ravens beatdown they're going to get on Sunday is in Cincinnati and not Baltimore. I think, or is it in Baltimore? I don't know. They're going to get beat down. It's going to be bad.
Let me ask
Joe
you
Burrow
guys.
has a revenge game coming too. I feel like.
Let me ask you guys a question. If the Bills Jets was a 1:00 game, Rodgers gets hurt 4 plays in, Josh Allen throws 3 picks, one fumble to creates 4 turnovers. But the Burrow game is Monday Night Football. Are we sitting here talking about Burrow the same way we're talking about Allen?
Mm-mm.
After coming off of that contract,
Don't forget that.
No.
Burrow was horrible. Against
Burrow,
Cleveland.
Against Josh
Cleveland.
Allen still almost hit 250 yards.
I live in Ohio, man.
And
Cleveland's
great,
tough.
incredible touchdown.
They're not.
Can't
That's
win
not-
big games. I don't know, man. Deshaun Watson looked pretty damn good.
That's
the
what all the
Bengals
Suns
did
thought.
not
Bengals
Burrow
don't
did
have
not play
defense.
well at all.
Both sides of the
You're right.
Bengals.
You're right.
It was the Bengals that blew that game.
Miami was the best.
I think that
team in the
division is going to
AFC
be the
East this
closest division in football, though.
No,
What, the AFC North?
The
Not with
AFC
the not
East?
with the Steelers. Between the Bengals and the Ravens and the Browns, I
You
think
guys could barely beat the Patriots. Come on.
If the
it was
Bengals,
raining. We won. You stay at the bottom of the screen, man. We're chilling.
You guys gift wrapped it like 3 times for the Patriots to do it because but Mac Jones is such a bad quarterback.
Dude,
Like, no,
100%. No, dude, 100% shout. I said it. I saw this is the third time I say it. 100% shout out to the defensive coordinator. He changed. All their game tape. They changed right before the game. They played 3-man deep zone and blitzed 5. That's why our tight end had to block the entire game. Our game plan got so messed up. So shout out to our defense because they saved it. And Jalen Hurts, we're a track team. We do not like playing in that rain at all.
half the continent was underwater, man. Like even Monday night, there was a big storm in New York.
You're right.
As someone who's played football before, playing in the rain is the best.
Snow is the best for me. That was my favorite. Nothing beats
especially when you're a lineman or
beat that.
Playing in the rain and snow.
It slows everybody down.
I was a wide receiver and tight end and a linebacker. I hated the rain because I couldn't cut. I loved the snow though. That was just fun. Everybody was slow.
Awesome.
Everybody's slow.
I was slow in the summer. It just made it just even the playing field.
I'm not fast in any weather.
No, I'm the same speed, constant.
What?
Yeah, I don't think any of us are fast anymore.
So Burrow's stat line was 14 for 31 with 82 yards passing.
Terrible.
Oh
I feel like any one of us could have matched that.
You know, it's amazing. It's awesome when you sign the biggest contract in NFL history and then you get benched.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Let's go Orlando Brown. Yeah.
That might be more insulting than what happened to Aaron Rodgers.
I told everybody Orlando Brown was not good.
Yeah.
That's the thing. In the realm of left tackles in the NFL, he's not at the top. He used to be.
What contract did Lamar get? Was that a huge
second highest?
That's what I thought. Because Jalen set the bar, and then Lamar took it.
And then Herbert.
It's always the last guy.
And Herbert's going to get the biggest one.
Yeah, you're
right. It's whoever got the last one is always going to be the biggest.
Herbert looked pretty good this weekend too.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He just went up against the track team.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is like 12.
Yeah, that may have been like the best game.
Yeah, if I could pull down that money,
that's where you want him. That's where you want your quarterback. You want your quarterback in like the teens or low, like over 10. That's where you want him because that's when they play good.
Yeah, but Mahomes is going to want a big raise his next contract.
No,
he may.
We got to walk down for another
new
9
contract.
years. So.
Getting traded could be in his future, maybe.
I mean, considering what
I'm kidding.
Considering what we've seen recently, you can't rule anything out.
No.
Gretzky got traded, so yeah.
Here's the deal. Arrowhead Stadium will get burnt to the ground if the Chiefs trade Patrick Mahomes.
Or do you think Patrick Mahomes will ever be like I don't know, like Tom Brady and want to play for another team type situation?
He's not going to need to play for another team because they're going to keep getting whatever they need to there. As long as Andy Reid is on the sideline, the Chiefs will keep winning. If Andy Reid is not on the sideline, then I'm going to question it all.
He loves Andy Reid. Did Tom Brady really love Belichick?
He's on my least favorite team in the NFL.
But they work well.
They
work well together. That's it. They just work well together. Andy Reid and Mahomes
Belichick didn't call any offensive plays, so right.
Will the Chiefs fan base feel the same when Mahomes ultimately begins to slip before the end of this long contract?
That's my favorite theory in the world. Like,
I'll play devil's advocate.
He's already etched his history in the eyes of the Chiefs fans.
But after Patrick Mahomes leaves and you guys start, let's say 10, 15 years down the road, all you guys now better still be Chiefs fans. Everybody better still be diehard Chiefs fans because
there's a lot of bandwagon fans.
Trev. It happens every year whenever some new guy comes on the scene.
I don't live. I'm talking about like outside.
We're all those Seahawks fans.
Oh, they're the worst.
Go ahead and play it now, Brian, if you want.
They do.
Geno Smith.
Not do well.
Who's got Geno Smith?
Yes.
Does anybody know who's got him? Who's playing? Who's got him? I saw him starting for somebody.
Chicago.
Exactly.
Again.
Hey. Chase Claypool, ladies and gentlemen. What a pile of garbage.
I
We got
sincerely
the
think
number
he'll
32 pick for him.
I sincerely think he'll be in the CFL next year.
He was good.
Omar Khan should be in jail for how bad he robbed Chicago.
Chase Claypool was amazing for like 2 games.
He
Like
didn't rob,
one or two games.
The biggest trade rape is Trent Richardson to the Colts for a first. Like after the Browns spent a first and then traded him for a first, I thought it was the greatest trade rape in the NFL in my time, at least, because 2 seasons later he was literally in the CFL. Like that was just incredible.
Kevin Hart is hyping up the whole Philly stadium
because
right now,
it's under 2 minutes to go. You have no timeouts, and he gets a first down, so he gets up and celebrates.
Yeah,
that's always a good thing to do.
Or Juju, to have Juju Smith on your team who'll get up and do those TikTok dances he used to do.
Juju's on the Patriots. He's in no man's land. He's done.
Yeah, he's gone. His career's come to a close.
He really is.
Because once Belichick decides you're no longer worthy, you are never heard from again.
Nope.
He was on the Chiefs last year, right?
Yes.
Got himself a Super Bowl ring.
That's
Bobby
correct.
Brister has 2. Dunmeany earned it.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he got a touchdown. in the
Sean
Super Bowl.
McCoy. Yeah, he helped us win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, yeah, I do remember
Brad
that.
Johnson.
Piece of shit.
You know what's crazy is I still say that Kadarius Toney should have shared the Super Bowl MVP with Pacheco instead of Mahomes.
Yeah,
Mahomes did not do well in the Super Bowl.
Dude, he had one
the most
incompletion in the
athletic
second half,
interception that
and
has
it was a
ever been
throwaway.
thrown in the
Yeah, because he got
history
a
of
One
mankind. I'm
incompletion
Chris
in the whole
Collinsworth.
second half.
Because he had that compound V in him.
Pacheco
It
was
doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
and the longest run for a quarterback in Super Bowl history.
Yeah, because compound V.
He freaking took the game on his shoulders in the second half. I don't know. What
And who locked up the game? It wasn't Mahomes.
No, but that was
Kadarius
the
Toney
game
in
plan.
that punt return. And the touchdown.
That
he
was a
caught.
spark. Yeah, but
I'm
he
with
would've gone
Alan
down
on
there.
the
All they needed
Pacheco
was a
thing.
field goal.
Pacheco couldn't be stopped. Like
Even
every time he was
drafted-
running, he was
And
just angry.
there's only one quarterback in history to get a Super Bowl MVP and throw 2 interceptions. You know that's crap. You're running the first MVP he got. The running back should have had it, who had over 160 all-purpose yards and 2 touchdowns.
They always look at the quarterback first, right?
yeah, it came down to a few plays in that game, and it was all on Mahomes.
Okay.
The bomb to Tyreek.
Did you use a code? Ignore me.
We've been pretty much doing that the whole stream, Derrz. We're good.
Sorry, even DraftKings, that was their 5-point spread. They have Justin Jefferson at 90 yards tonight.
So I don't know if you guys follow NFL memes or NFL memes or whatever, but
all of them are Aaron Rodgers.
They're
The-
fantastic.
the stuff they do with the Giants and the Cowboys, because NFL memes for whatever reason hates the Cowboys the most.
It's fine with
Oh,
me.
But when they did that graph where NFL teams that have scored points and NFL teams that have not after week 1, it just circled the Giants. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, they were pretty bad. Well, it was deserving.
Oh, I know I missed the Giants part you guys talked about, but oh my God.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, no,
That was
that was embarrassing.
That was one of the
That
worst crimes against humanity I've seen in a while.
So in my fantasy league that I run, it's the last year of it. And I have the Cowboys defense, so I enjoyed every second of that game.
I had them in a couple leagues as well. Just like, wow.
That was crazy.
Oh Lord.
Oh, now he left. We start talking about the Giants losing, and he left.
He's just gathering up the ammunition.
I was getting a tissue to dry my eyes again.
Yeah. I might need to borrow that after this week.
Hold on. There are 35 points from the Dallas defense. Oh,
unbelievable.
That's crazy. In standard scoring, that's crazy. Mine's not standard scoring, so that's how I got 60.
60.
60.
Yeah.
So all right, so what I feel is the biggest atrocity ever is let's just say you're playing the Eagles defense. Jalen Hurts or somebody else fumbles the ball. The Vikings pick that up and return it for a touchdown. That touchdown counts against the team's defense that wasn't even on the field.
That's fine.
Those points count against the Philly defense.
But see, I play fantasy football as I'm betting on myself. Like I took Jalen Hurts number one as my number one pick. That means
defensive scoring.
Right. But I'm betting on Jalen Hurts not doing that stuff. That's what I mean. Like I'm betting on Jalen Hurts lighting it up. That's why I have Dallas Goedert. That's why I wanted AJ Brown. Like me taking Jalen Hurts as a quarterback means I'm betting that he's going to have a good year.
I understand that. I was talking about the scoring of regular leagues and how I dislike it and how I got 60 points out of the Cowboys defense.
Okay.
So,
please don't use Philly as an example. So
yeah.
Alan's
been coming for my throat since day one, and I don't know why.
Because you say you don't need a running back. It's the most ludicrous thing ever in fantasy football.
It worked week one, so we're just gonna see how it goes.
He's more angered at the brashness of the statement and the fact that you did manage to win week one without said running back.
I went into this draft saying I'm not taking a running back, and I am drafting for the future. So
that's
where I'm at.
I'm
having fun.
So you're going to draft a running back next year in the first 6 rounds?
You definitely believe that.
I admire it. You came in with a plan in the face of everything. You stuck with it, and I applaud you for it, good sir.
And I got saved. It was like J.K. Dobbins was like one of my top running backs to get, and he went like 2 or 3 picks before me. So,
but why wouldn't you adopt a philosophy that was?
I was too deep.
Used by someone that won a fantasy league one time, not ever using a good running back.
I went by the number again. It's
why wouldn't you?
The number one fantasy user in the world uses that strategy year in and year out. And
and his wideouts are 100 times better than yours.
They did the job. Eagles game starting. Go Birds!
Good luck tonight, Derrz.
Yes, sir. I love you guys. Like I said, just at the end of the day, it's just for me is I just don't want to see people get hurt, man. Like that's where I'm at.
Nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Hashtag Bird Gang. I'm out. I love you guys.
Later. But so in my league, get back to on topic here. The only points that count against the defense are offensive touchdowns and field goals. No extra points, no defensive touchdowns. None of that.
That's weird.
Why is that weird?
That's standard scoring.
It's weird that they would count defensive points against that defense. That seems odd to me.
So you're saying that if Baltimore is playing the Giants, and Baltimore strips the ball and runs it in, it counts against the Giants' defense.
It does not.
It shouldn't.
But it does in standard scoring.
No.
Yeah, which I never thought made sense.
It says points allowed. Yes, it does. You go look at every single defense and say points allowed. The only one that's going to have 0 is the Cowboys. And if you look at the Giants, it's going to say points allowed. It's going to say every single point that Cowboys scored.
There you go. Let's take a look.
I've never played that way before, ever.
No, I haven't heard of that. I know special teams and defenses get matched up. That's why the Jets defense got those extra points because it was the running or the special teams that did the walk-off.
Yeah, I'm taking a look. Let's see.
I'm busy. Go away.
That sums it up. I'm busy.
Where's
Go
away.
Check with me after February.
Yeah. Can it wait until February? Okay.
So Brad, you scored. So you had the Giants D last week. You scored -1 point. So points. So they were points against for the Giants was 34.
So if the other team's defense scores, then your defense is docked.
Mm-hmm.
But it should have been right. The final score was what 40-0, right? So,
Yeah,
40.
so it didn't count against it.
Well, one of the touchdowns because they scored on a block punt, a block field goal return, and then there was an interception return.
But special teams, and that should count. Yeah, special teams should count because it's actually in actuality it's defense / special teams that you draft, right?
Right. So one of the two touchdowns did not because the points against for the Giants in the stats was 34.
Maybe Yahoo just decided to humble it and just be like, okay, that's enough now. Let's maybe there was a Giants fan at the helm of the algorithm and said that's enough now. Like
yeah, look at that. That is weird.
Yeah, let me see. Oh, but no, now see here. Points against 28. Here, right? In this is weird. It shows 28 here. But now in the previous screen,
can you scroll to the right, or like see more stats?
That might be it.
See, but points against is 34.
Block kick to that's
128 to 34 points. That is weird.
Huh. That is weird.
Well, that's an interesting conundrum.
They're ranked 1,117
out of 32.
So that means they're beyond the CFL. They're beyond the Pac-10.
Yeah, the CFL, the European League, the Mexican League, college, high school, and half of Pop Warner.
That was the best
beyond
added
Aussie
line
rules
ever.
football.
Trev is like, they're ranked 1,000, whatever, and he's like, out of 32. He's just like added it in there like it was no beat. He planned it. Out of 32.
Every now and then, somebody serves up a softball. It's like this one's going over the fence.
But here's the number. They did nothing. They had no pressure on Dak at all. 0 sacks, 0 interceptions. They did nothing. It was ugly.
I mean, like, other than the fact it was televised, there's almost no record that they even existed in that game.
Hey, Brian, you can trade for him
tonight, man.
No, I'm just like, it's just, I don't know what happened to the Giants. I have never seen a performance like that ever.
No, they had like 5 or 6 good plays on the opening drive.
We've seen so many bad performances in the past. No, that's not even holding a candle to the worst. Come on. It was a bad game. It was a bad game, man. They made some mistakes, and Dallas has a tough defense, and they kept him out of the end zone. That's it.
Micah Parsons is frightening.
He's very frightening.
If people don't realize that by now, they're in for a lot of trouble. That kid is terrifying.
Well, and then Barkley squeezing the catch right into the hands of the Dallas defender for a touchdown.
Oof.
Yeah, it was.
It's like, I think that was literally, if it could have gone wrong, it did.
Yes.
There was
get it out of the way early, though. That's what I think. Take care of it week 1 rather than week 15.
Yeah, there was a lot of painful games, but again, that Miami-San Diego game, that was awesome to watch.
That was a good game.
Yeah,
that was a good game.
Game
it was
of the week.
stressful for me, but it was a good. Yeah. It was a good game.
As a Bills fan going up against Kansas City a couple of years ago, I understand it, but
back and forth, man.
Yeah, that was so much fun to watch. Like Tyreek Hill, my God, it
did not.
If you don't have some speed on defense, that team's going to be hard to defend against.
Yeah, they weren't pleased with the defensive performance, but there's some room for improvement there. But Tyreek Hill's on pace for his 2,000 yard season.
No,
nice to have. We didn't have Armstead at tackle this.
That's why I was shocked that Miami did as well. I thought Tua was going to get rocked every play without Armstead there.
Yeah, no.
Hey, who's the jabroni that said in the chat that Waddle was going to have a better year than Hill?
Not me.
Who was that guy?
Somebody said it this year too.
It's the same guy.
I think I
the same guy.
I'm just
he learned
a rise out of Allen. That was the.
I'm gonna keep on playing that, but anyway.
That was the only reason.
I went in the front of my computer charger.
All right. Anything else you guys wanted me to say before we wrap up? We got get to tonight's game. A little Vikings,
Football
Eagles
season
matchup.
came in like a lion this year. That's for sure. What is going to happen?
I'm looking at this week 2 games. There's some tough matchups.
Sure, yeah.
There's a lot of interesting games this week.
Try to tweak a few things and see if we can right the ship.
Got Broncos visiting the Dolphins.
Yes, the Ravens being massacred will happen in Cincinnati, not in Baltimore. I'm happy.
That's right.
Do I trade away Hawkinson and JSN for Derrick Henry and Tajay Spears? No.
Yes.
I don't think. Really?
Trade away Hawkinson and Jackson and Jig, whatever his name is, the number 3 in Seattle for Derrick Henry and yes, just for Derrick Henry will do better than Hawkinson and the other guy, guaranteed.
David, I don't think Kenny Pickett is going to have a huge game because Kenny Pickett could be a good quarterback, but he will never be a great quarterback. Ooh. I'm saying that right now.
Well, that's just mean.
That's some
it's nothing against him. And there's nothing wrong with that. The man is a starting quarterback in the NFL. I just don't think he has what it takes to get to that elite level.
I'm not there yet. I'm not sure. I'm not that certain yet.
I wasn't sold on him last year.
He's got no arm talent, man. I don't think he's got any arm talent.
Is he better? Is he better than Lamar Jackson?
No,
not a chance.
In which aspect?
I don't know.
I mean, overall, in reading teams,
not even looks, and Lamar is ugly.
People are better than Lamar Jackson.
Lamar's ugly. He ugly. He ugly.
Yeah. Reading defenses, I don't know. Kenny did not look like he could read a book on Sunday. That's for sure. Hey, like I said, I grew up in the 80s watching the terrible Steelers. I'm used to this, man. It's like, hey, it is what it is. It's a business. Like, I like them, as a person. But
the Ravens didn't really have a big challenge. They played Houston. It wasn't a huge challenge for the first game in their new offensive system.
With the rookie quarterback and a traffic cone at center because the Steelers dumped him. Even after that, the Texans GM admitted that we kind of reached for Kendrick Green.
Pickett is better than Lamar right now.
Oh my God!
At what?
Yeah, where do you get that from?
I'm sorry. Like normally, I'll jump to the Steelers' defense, but what? No.
Better at backgammon. Better at Uno.
He may not even be the best quarterback on his own team.
Well, that's true. Lamar who? Well, I mean, Lamar who? It could be, is it Lamar Jackson or a different Lamar?
Right.
You talking about the corner Lamar Jackson?
Lamar Lathon, the guy that's been retired for like 25 years. He's probably better than him.
I agree, Manny. Well, we've got Arizona. We'll see. Arizona.
I don't think they will be. I honestly don't think the NFC East is going to have a team you can beat on.
Yeah, I was surprised at the Washington-Arizona game last week. I wasn't sure if the two teams were just both not that good, or were they played both competitively. I wasn't really couldn't really tell.
Arizona's the worst team in the league.
Arizona's not trying, and Arizona's not trying. They barely beat them. They're not.
Washington doesn't look very good.
Bye, Alan.
No. I mean, Sam Howell looked better than I thought he would.
Yeah,
I guess.
And on that break note,
who do you guys like tonight? I think Derrz isn't here. We can speak freely. Who do we like in tonight's game?
Oh, I think the Eagles take it.
Eagles.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think Eagles, but I think it's actually going to be.
It's not going to be a blowout, but I think at the end it's going to come down to who makes the most mistakes, and I don't think that's going to be Philly tonight.
Yeah. Well, if it's raining.
Yeah, that's true. If it starts to sprinkle,
it's nice weather today in the Northeast. So.
Yeah, I think Philly by 10.
I think the Vikings will put up some points, though.
No, they're going to put. That's what I mean. They're not going to roll over, but I think it's going to end up being like 35-30 or something.
Yeah, they'll double team JJ and they'll win.
If they can, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like nobody's. It's not like nobody's tried before. So he's
Nobody has once said double Justin Jefferson. Why didn't we think of that?
Yeah. Hey, let's just all you got to do is double team him.
Yeah.
And here's our matchups for week 2 in the fantasy league. We've got I'm going up against Alan. Oh, we've got Trev versus the Comic Vet.
Wow.
Got Chicago Schultzy, Chicago Blitz against Tylox.
Look at that spread. That's 0.3.
Oh yeah, look at it. Yeah,
wow.
Pretty evenly matched. Got Bearded Comic Bro versus Will. Brad up against Rosko. 22 against Zach.
Yeah.
Zach, you got a big number on him.
I don't know what. Yeah, I saw that earlier. I'm like, who did he not put up in the lineup? What happened?
I think he's got a couple guys banged up.
That's it. I think he has 2 or 3 guys that are injured right now.
Yeah, he was. Let's take a look.
Oof.
Oh, he doesn't.
Oh, he actually sat some guys.
Oh,
he did that just to make you feel good, Zach. He's gonna throw him in there at the last minute. He's trying to.
No, that's fine, but it's like I am the confused.
He's starting to go by Yahoo rankings. Trust me.
Although I do have to admit, one fantasy football league I was in, I changed my team to bye week, like halfway through the season, and I actually got somebody with it because he saw bye week, thought he didn't have to set up his lineup, and didn't.
That's next level.
And then once I explained to him what happened, after that season, I was asked to not come back to that league. Well, that was also the season I won with an auto draft because I was out of town.
I like that. I think that's going to be my new team name going forward.
I'm telling you, I snuck it in there, and he was like, "Oh, bye week," and I sat there and listened to him say it. Didn't say a word.
It's not your fault that he's stupid. So
hey, it's not his fault that he didn't see that there were points under bye week.
That's funny.
Let's go bye week.
That's a good one.
I like that.
All right. Well, we're just about ready for kickoff, so we'll head out for the game. But appreciate everybody jumping on tonight, and we'll be back next Thursday. Hopefully, the Giants will play better, and I won't be so sad.
Play better.
Yes.
Because looking at the panel, hopefully most of our teams play better.
Well, yeah. I mean, right now, yeah, we've only got one winner.
One winner.
NFL standpoint. The Dolphins.
Yeah. Well, let's just keep it going. Fingers crossed on Tua this year.
Absolutely. I hope so. That kid, man, he's had a rough go of it.
He's good if he can stay healthy. So let's
let's hope he yeah. So
fingers crossed.
All right, guys.
All right, gents.
Thanks for hopping on.
Yeah.
We'll
Thanks
see you
everybody for
next
watching.
week.
Thanks,
Enjoy
chat.
the games.